What's up, beautiful Jeremiah? Peace and love, squeeze, quiz, lad up on the kingdom, umbrella, spark, class, can represent live from Class Can TV. Yeah, welcome to the Naked Truth Talk Show. And today, what I want to talk about is the true meaning of deliverance. Means praying for somebody that has a bad spirit, an evil spirit, or a demon inside of them, and the demons will leave the person's body, and the person will become free. That's what deliverance means in the religious context. But in reality, what deliverance actually means is liberating a person from a bad state of mind or a financial disaster. Liberating somebody from a bad state of thinking or taking that person out of poverty. Because 90% of the people in church are in the church praying for a blessing or a kind of breakthrough to happen in their lives so that they can get out of poverty. You know what I mean? So in Africa, we view prayer or deliverance as an escape route from poverty. You get me? That's my people say in Igbo that they jiraya dem we joke epele. So 90% of the people in church are praying for deliverance or hoping for a kind of miracle that will deliver them from poverty or that will solve their spiritual problem. You get only 10% are in the church to praise God or to thank the universe for the abundance in their lives in the front of the congregation. You get me? Because it is said that wherever one or two are gathered, that God is, that Spirit of God is there. You get what I'm saying? So, but deliverance actually means, in reality, liberating somebody from poverty. That's what deliverance is. Taking somebody out of poverty. And you have to understand the cause of people's problem. You get, what are you being delivered from? What is it that is your problem? Because some of the time they will try to tell you that you have a problem from your ancestral, whatever. You have a spiritual problem from wherever, yada. Sometimes those things are not properly explained to you. It could be that your father or your father's father made a wrong choice. Maybe they were not learned enough to make the right choice. Because they always try to like put it to us that our ancestors did evil or did that. No, sometimes that wasn't the case. It could be a bad choice that the person made, then passed down to a generation. Poverty is inheritable, just the way you can inherit wealth. I inherited something from my father, so I can proudly say that my father was not a failure. You get me? So it could be that your father or your father's father did not leave anything behind, left no legacy behind, left no business structure. I have a clothing brand today, Classic Rich Clothing, because my father owned a boutique. So growing up, I already knew that this was my father's business. My father had a clothing line, a clothing shop. My father used to sell clothes. So when I grew up, I had to just follow my father's footsteps. And my father was a music lover. He was like a DJ. Me being an artist today is not a surprise. I followed my father's steps. You get me? So that's like what I would call a generational wealth passed down through generation. My own children would and must have to follow my own step. One or two of my children would like to follow their father's footsteps as well. So that's generational wealth. That's inheritable. Generational poverty is also inheritable. If your father did not leave anything behind or a structure or anything for you to follow, you can also inherit poverty from there. So that's not something prayer can do for you. You actually need uh, 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 to be reoriented. You need education. You need knowledge. You get me? Sometimes the problem could be procrastination. It could be your procrastination. I will do this later. I will do this. I want to do this. I want to. You love movie. Where are your own movies? You love music. Where are your own songs? You love clothes. Where are your own designs? You are sleeping. Somebody else is awake, planning their life. You get me? The problem could be making a bad choice, choosing a wrong business or a wrong career. Maybe you are not as talented as you are supposed to be in a particular route you are in. Maybe you don't have enough knowledge to be in the business you are in. That could still be the problem. But in the religious context, sometimes blame our own issues or our own problems, our own shortcomings to demons. People don't like taking full responsibilities of their actions. You get me? Now, how can someone be delivered? Deliverance comes through empowerment. You are jobless. That's why you're in the church praying. You don't have a job. You don't have a business. You're struggling financially. So spiritually, you feel like there's something wrong with you. Empowerment is how you are going to be delivered. What what can I do or can we do to help you? The God you are praying to is supposed to actually be the congregation and your pastor or your reverend. That's what we are supposed to be doing. If I'm the pastor or I'm the GO, I'm the reverend father, what can I do to help you? What do you need? It doesn't necessarily mean that that we are going to provide what you need for you, but we can give you a financial advice that can help you. You don't have anything doing. Why don't learn a trade? Why don't learn a handwork? What are your talents? What are your skills? What are you good at? You can act. Why don't you try creating content? Some people need emotional support. There are some people that you might think that they are mentally ill. Some are just mentally frustrated that life is not going the way they want life to go. That their life is not the way they want their life to be. They are just emotionally devastated. They need emotional support. Someone to tell them, hey, be still. You're going to heal from all that trauma. That's not the end of the world. You lost everything. Everything is going to be all right. Someone to lean on. Someone to tell their fears. Someone to tell how they really feel deep inside. And someone that is not going to mock their situation. That's what some people need. That's how to deliver some people. You get me? Then some need, some have the money but don't know what to do with it. Some need a logical financial advice. You have this money. This is where you have to put this money. This is how to invest this money so that it can multiply. This is how to grow this money. You need financial discipline. Don't spend more than you earn. When you make when you make money, reinvest back in yourself. Invest in yourself, not just your business. Because yourself is the highest investment you should have or you will ever have. You have to view yourself as I'm an asset, I'm a business. So when you carry and see yourself as business, it's different. So deliverance comes through empowerment because in religion is like a unified theory. This knowledge Your pastor might have it and might not want to share it with you.